I received a comment on my Tommy Robinson video that I made the other week about Tommy, really the altercation that took place. And Tommy, well, it was alleged that Tommy assaulted a guy that came at him first. So Tommy was basically defending himself. And that comment said that Tommy Robinson has been arrested. And I've gone, no, that can't possibly be real, could it? And unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, it is real. Tommy Robinson has been arrested yet again over an alleged assault at London Station. Now, you guys saw the video of the guy on the ground and Tommy Robinson saying to one of the witnesses, you saw him, bruv. He came at me. He came at me. So this would have been considered self-defense in reality. If the guy comes at you, you are defending yourself. And unfortunately, in the UK, with the corrupt judicial system that we've got, and also Tommy Robinson being a very controversial figure for the mainstream media, and also politically speaking, because we know that the government as well as the mainstream media hate Tommy Robinson's guts, and so they're trying to get rid of him as much as possible, and so do the police, as it would seem. And the judicial system that we've got in the UK is so corrupt that they put Tommy Robinson behind bars for almost 7 months. It was going to be longer than that, in solitary confinement for what, you may be wondering? It was a civil offense, not even an actual crime. It was just a civil offense. Now Tommy defending himself, and by the way, there's CCTV footage that apparently doesn't show how the man got onto the ground. So that CCTV footage has supposedly gone missing somehow. I don't know how, but it's apparently gone missing. So we don't know how the man got to the ground in the first place, and they're still arresting Tommy Robinson. Now, the mainstream media were reporting that Tommy fled the country. Loads of people that hate Tommy Robinson were saying he fled the country. He didn't flee the country, he had prior engagements going on. That was not the truth. Tommy came back to the UK and handed himself in. How about that, right? So The Guardian put out this article, Tommy Robinson arrested over alleged assault at London Station. Video posted online showed the far-right activist, which he's not far-right for goodness sake, he's just an activist that does the right thing, near a man lying on the ground at St Pancras Station. Tommy Robinson has been arrested by British police on suspicion of grievous bodily harm after a man was allegedly assaulted at a London railway station. Now, if he is convicted of this grievous bodily harm charge, it carries, with intent, it carries a lifetime imprisonment. That is nuts, if you ask me. So the intent matters. And apparently, if it wasn't intentional and he's still convicted of a grievous bodily harm, it carries up to 5 years. That is crazy to me, that you can be by yourself 1 minute, and then a guy charges at you, and then you defend yourself. That's still grievous bodily harm, apparently, and you can go to jail for up to 5 years. If the intent was not to harm, you still get 5 years in prison. So you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. What a dumb law is that? So what are you supposed to do? Just take it and possibly be killed? That's how stupid the law is, man. The grievous bodily harm law. And you don't believe me? Look at this. This is actually from online. You can look it up for yourself. Section 18 of the Offences Against the Persons Act 1861, commonly known as wounding with intent, or GBH, grievous bodily harm with intent, is a serious criminal offence in England and Wales. It involves unlawfully and maliciously causing grievous bodily harm to another person or wounding them with a specific intent to cause grievous bodily harm or to resist or prevent lawful apprehension. This offence is a felony and carries a maximum sentence of life imprisonment. How crazy is that, right? Here is a photo of Tommy Robinson being taken away after he stepped foot off the plane. He came back to the UK, and The Guardian goes, there's CCTV footage, but the video does not show how the injured man came to be lying motionless on the floor. So we've lost that video. We've lost the recording. But we've got a video from the scene of the alleged assault, which showed a 4-year-old man on the ground. How do they know the age of the man? I wonder. Also recorded Robinson appearing to claim he had acted in self-defense. The injured man was released from hospital on Thursday. Police are understood to be treating him as a victim, not a suspect at this stage. Of course they are. Police have said he was admitted to hospital with serious injuries, which are not thought to be life-threatening. CCTV from the busy central London station has been recovered and studied by detectives. Robinson has been leafletting at the station earlier. And on the video, he can be heard saying, "He came at me, bro. He came at me." So there's that, right? It's quite interesting, isn't it? Like what's been going on. The mainstream media loves to lie about everything. Rebel News has gone, after fending off an unprovoked assault at a London train station, Tommy Robinson is being treated as the criminal, not the victim. Is that any surprise to any of you? It's like he has a new event coming up. They don't want him to be at that event. And yet again, bang, arrested once again for defending himself. A few days ago, Tommy Robinson was walking through St Pancras Station in London when he was repeatedly threatened by a drunk hooligan. Tommy was by himself, and the man obviously had been radicalized by the media's around-the-clock demonization of Tommy. Tommy warned the thug to stay away, but he wouldn't. As he advanced towards Tommy, Tommy at the last moment hit back first, a clear case of self-defense. Tommy immediately called police to let them know what had transpired. The next morning at 6 a.m., Tommy's lawyers called police too. Having reported the incident to the police, Tommy went about his business, including going to do media interviews abroad. When police notified his lawyers they wanted to interview Tommy, he cancelled his trip and returned to the UK moments ago. There you have it. The regime media had falsely claimed that Tommy was somehow running away from the incident. It's not true. He had prior engagements. Tommy is better than that. We already know. I believe this man attacking Tommy was a chance encounter, but the media has radicalized so many people against Tommy. It was only a matter of time. It's terrible that Tommy can't even walk through a train station without being assaulted. Then again, 940,000 crimes were reported to police in London last year alone, so he's not the only one. London has become an absolute hellscape under Sadiq Khan, by the way. If the victim here had been anyone other than Tommy and London is in the middle of a crime wave, police would let it go as a clear case of self-defense. But this is Tommy, the enemy of the state, as apparently. It's unlikely the police or prosecutors will let this opportunity go by. That's why I came to London, Ezra Levant speaking. If Tommy is not released by police tonight, I'll be in court when Tommy applies for bail. I have also offered to act as a surety for Tommy to help secure his release. Thank God for people like Ezra Levant, right? He'll keep us posted how that goes. And of course, he'll live tweet any proceedings, and I'll be also relaying any information that you guys don't get from Ezra. I promised Tommy I'd help him cover the cost of his lawyers by crowdfunding that. I will link where you guys can find it in the show description below. Like many people, I've come to be the unhappy conclusion that the UK has now a two-tiered justice, and Tommy is on the wrong side of that. The least we can do is help lift the financial burden of these lawsuits off him. Yeah, so that's what's been going on. Unfortunately, you've got people like Piers Morgan that keep smearing him, keep lying about him, and many others too. It's quite unconscionable, if you ask me. It's quite sad too to see someone like Tommy, as brave as he is, go through the level of hell he's going through. Can't even walk through a bloody station without being assaulted. We'll see what happens, right? But I guess we've got to continue praying for someone like Tommy. It's hard. Very, very hard. Anyway, that's enough from me, but you guys take care, be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.